Hello, and welcome back to Sorcery. I hope you guys are excited. We're starting book number 2 or chapter 2. I don't really know what to call it, but that's what we're starting today. So last week we did the first game or chapter or whatever you want to call it. Um, and now we're gonna continue. And I figured out how to actually capture the game properly this time. I don't think it's not perfect because I need to play it like in windowed mode. So there's like a bar at the top that is black for you guys. But that was like the best I could do. I guess I could make the window smaller and kind of stretch it out for you guys, but I think this is probably gonna be fine. So, this time we have to get through this city. Which I'm guessing is gonna take a while. Because it's quite big. Um, and we'll probably, I guess, meet a bunch of people here. Um, but yeah, let's get started, shall we? Twilight already. The great city of Kari has loomed large on the horizon all day, but has been slow to reach. The path tracing great loops back and forth through a deep and narrow pass. Ooh, that's a spiky tree. Walk on. You have not seen a living soul since you left the Swin, so you are naturally cautious when you round a bend in the path and see a beggar crouch low against a rock, muttering to himself. Alright, let's check this out. You stop out of sight behind an outcrop, but the beggar does not look like much of a threat. Let's wait and watch. You watch in silence. The beggar is an unfortunate soul. His head twitches from one side to the other every few minutes, and he mutters and murmurs to himself. They're hiding in the rocks, sir. Hiding in the rocks. Let's try to slip past. There is no way to go around him in the narrow pass, but you determine to keep your head low and move quickly. He does not notice you until your shadow crosses his face. Then he leaps to his feet, drawing a short stick from inside his cloak. Who goes there? He demands. What's your business in Kari? I'm on a quest. The man prods a little harder with his stick. A quest? A quest for what? I seek the crown of kings, you answer, watching his face closely for a reaction. If he has one, he hides it well. Never heard of it, he replies. What's it for? He prods harder. Answer me, or you'll face the consequences. Who are you? You ask. You're certainly very brave, the man beams with aging pride. I am the city guard. No one enters Kari except through me. And then, despite his age and clear ill health, he comes at you, waving his stick. I don't want to fight you, you tell him. You are unarmed. He waves the stick close to your face, yabbing a few times, but you push the point aside with one hand. Alright then, he declares. We'll settle this fairly. He tosses a stick to one side and raises his fist. The knuckles are blackened with scabs. Do we really have to fight? Okay, old man, let's fight. Sighing, you roll up your sleeves. In your fist fight, damage is lower and power refreshes more quickly. I'm not sure what he would go for first, so I'm gonna block. Okay, we both blocked. The beggar is not a powerful opponent. You should be able to easily overpower him, but instead you raise your guard. Defending will minimize the damage you receive and give you more power next round. The beggar lifts his fist in defense as well. The round is a stalemate. He puts his guard up. A strong attack would be wasteful now. A light jab will do as much damage and save your power. Like the weak attack, yeah, I'm just gonna do a tiny. You play it carefully and punch with a weak attack, rushing for the beggar who is defending. Good choice. A stronger attack would have wasted more of your power. He is breathless and about to swing with little force. Now you just stand there while I hit you, he pants. Make a medium attack by pulling your character to the right. I'm not sure what the game counts as medium. I'll do a 3.7. You hold your weight back a little and swing with a medium hit, overpowering the beggar again, who tries a low, careful attack. Overpowering a weak attack is easy, so you did well to win without using too much power. Prepare to see stars, he declares. You better put him up. For a strong attack, pull your character to the right. I'll just thump him. You tense your biceps and swing with a strong arm, injuring the beggar once more. The beggar pants and groans and then collapses into the dirt. No stamina lost. Perfect punch up. You roll your sleeves back. Alright then, he murmurs into the ground, weakly waving hand. You can pass. I'll help him up. On the other hand, you help him upright. He sits up and dusts down his tattered clothing, a grey cloak that was once a uniform. He is shivering. The evening is drawing in and it must get cold out here. You don't have any food, do you? He asks sadly. Unfortunately, that's like the one thing I don't have. No, you shake your head. I'm sorry. The man sighs and shakes his head. No matter then. There's plenty of meat on a grass vole if you know how to nibble them. I mean, you could come with me. I could buy you. They pity on the man. Come with me. I'm going into curry. The soldier considers your offer for a moment. You're sure? I know the word for the wall, but they will not want to let me through the gate. Sounds like we can help each other. He clambers slowly to his feet. A gleam of hope has entered the poor man's eyes. Very well then, stranger, a trade. Cool, we got a friend. The beggar walks a few strides ahead, the ghost of a military pace in his step. What's your name? You ask. Captain Thomas of the 4th Legion, responsible for the southern perimeter, my lady. He knocks his bony heels together. At your service. What are you doing out here, soldier? We were sent out to investigate sightings, he replies, still panting for breath. A whole legion, I suppose. Back then, the council felt bold. But then they locked the gate and wouldn't let us back. I don't want to know all of this. Sightings of what? The goblins. There are goblins in the rocks. What are the goblins doing? You ask. He shakes his head. I don't know. They can't get through the walls, but then I think I've heard them digging, scraping at the mud in the night. The path winds through gorse and thick grass. Kari squats in a basin in the hills like a stagnant, festering pool. You turn one corner, then another, and then the stone walls of the city are looming over you. Oh, alright. The walls weren't built to keep anything out. They were here before the goblins, Thomas says. They were built to keep people in. Kari is one gigantic trap itself. Why? Or... Why? You ask. Are the people inside not happy? Would you be happy ruled by pirates and thieves? He points. Cast your eyes up. You can see them. Archers, facing in both directions. You could scramble up the slope to the right to get a better view of the wall. Do we need to? I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt. Scramble up the slope for a better view of the wall, leaving Thomas behind. It seems your new friend was right. Standing atop the huge stone blocks is a guard with a long bow slung across his shoulder. What do you mean, ask the soldiers? No. Look into the yard? You look beyond the wall into the south gate yard. It seems to be empty. A perfect moment to break in then. Huh. Are we really gonna run for it? No. Let's go down the path. I feel like we'll just get in trouble. There is nothing else for it. You put up a hand and call out. The archer lifts a hand to shield his eyes against the sun. Who goes there? He bellows. Friend or foe? Let Thomas answer. You wait, and Thomas cries back, friend, and the watchword is Cantopani. The guard pauses a moment, then lowers his bow. Approach. Thomas turns and smiles at you. Nice. The south gate stands before you. It is as tall as 2 men, and would be broad enough to ride 3 horses through, if only it were open. But instead, it is locked, and there's no other way into the city. Luckily, of course, you have a key. Over to you, says Thomas, stepping back. Yeah, I'll unlock the gate with Swain Chief's key. You quickly remove the Swain Chief's key from your pack and slip it into the lock. The tumblers click and the key returns. Thomas hangs back. Good work, but do you think it's safe to go through? Ooh. I'll go first. You reply. You ease open the door, peering cautiously inside. There is no one about. Okay. How is it? Thomas hisses from his side. I mean, right now it seems safe enough, but this makes me worry. Seems safe enough, you reply, beckoning him inside. Come on. He follows you inside the wall. The yard by the gate indeed seems empty enough. A path leads away, past a low stone building with barred windows. Thomas catches your gaze. That's a holding cell, he says. It's where they put people they don't know if they can trust. I think they let them go again a day later. It's just to see how much trouble they'll be. Let's hurry out of the yard. You stride quickly away from the gate, but you're only halfway to the road when 2 soldiers come around the corner from the left. Leave them to me, Thomas hisses, pushing you back behind the building. He begins hollering crazily. The soldiers see him immediately and rush him. He weaves his way this way and that across the yard, manages to slip between them, and disappears with a whoop down a road to the left. The yard far suddenly quiet once more. You straighten up and hear a noise through the barred window of the stone building. A sneeze? Oh. Do we trust the sneeze? I feel like it's time to move, like he made a distraction for us. You hurry away across the yard. I'm probably like doing the worst things in this game, but I guess I'll just have to replay them later. The road leads away in both directions. You don't have time to consider them too carefully. There will be more guardsmen on patrol soon enough. Didn't he go left? I don't like the look of this place. I feel like I'll go to the right. Oh. Night is falling. Luckily, by the roadside is a small inn, which will make a perfect place to stay before you lose yourself in the winding streets of Kari. Alternatively, you could walk into the fields to the right and sleep out under the stars. From somewhere nearby, you hear a low baying howl. Let's try the inn. Because we need food. A sign outside the inn proclaims it. The crooked finger. Oh, alright. Let's have a look here. Oh my god, there's a fly. Hello? Oh, there we go. Let's enter. You go inside and find an empty bar. The bartender is snoozing at the counter. Clearly, trade is bad. Right? Barton wakes with a snortle as you approach. Greetings, traveler, he yawns. You'll be looking for directions somewhere else, I suppose. I need to eat. No food here, I'm afraid, the innkeeper says. No point, since the rats get it all. But a bed for the night will cost you 7 gold pieces? Bro, what? That's so expensive. Let's haggle. 7 gold pieces is robbery, you tell him. The innkeeper shrugs. Curry prices might not be what you're used to, he says. But you can sleep in the street if you prefer, and then maybe you'll see why they're as high as they are. I need food though. Ugh, what a bitch. What an annoying piece of shit. I don't want to pay him 7 gold pieces. That's like almost half of my money. Fuck you, bitch. It's too high. You reply, turning to leave. Wait a moment, the innkeeper says. He reaches under the counter and produces a handful of dice. Do you play swindle stones? Maybe we can settle this with a game. Sure, I'll play you. I think I know how this works, but I don't know the rules. I just want to make sure. You catch him smiling. It's very easy, he says. We both roll our dice and take turns to call out what's on the table. If you think the other player is lying, you call the loser, and the loser loses 1 die. And if you run out of dice, he shrugs. It couldn't be simpler, could it? Sure, I'll play you. You reply, taking a seat at the bar. Excellent. The innkeeper rubs his hands together, clearly thinking he will be able to hustle you out of some money. So, he says, rubs his hands. What's the stake? Bet the cost of the room. Cost of the room you suggest 7 gold pieces. You place a stack of coins at the bar. The innkeeper grins and rubs his hand together. Sounds like my kind of game. The innkeeper counts out 5 dice each and takes first bid. Let's roll dice. Ooh, we have 3 threes. That's good. Simple. We roll and bet on what's come up. So for instance, I might start and bet that between us we've rolled at least 2 ones. But we don't know what's on the table, so I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess 3 ones. Haha. Didn't you hear my last bid? That's a clue, at least. Unless you're trying to mislead. Unless I was trying to mislead you, of course. I think we have 4 threes. I'm not falling for your innocence. Reveal dice. Shit! He didn't have one. Alright. Now I lost one. I'll start with 1 3. 2 3s. How about 3 4s? Welcome to Lower Carry, the poor end of a poor City port. Not many people around here can afford to drink or gamble. What? He didn't have a single one. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. Hmm. 2 2s. 3 2. I don't think he has that. I'm gonna call. Nice. Okay. Whew. Okay, we need to make a comeback here. Let's start with 2 3s. 3 2s. 3 3s. No, I think he's bullshitting now. I'm gonna call it. Yeah. Okay, nice, nice. Okay, this is actually going okay now. I just need to get into it. I'm gonna say 3 1s. Reveal? Yes! Fuck you, bro. I'm gonna start with 2. No, actually, I'm gonna start with 2 1s. 2 3s. 2 4s. Nah, man. Nah, man, I don't have one. So he can't have it. Aha. Get fucked. Oh, this is not a good one, but he only has one. Would he say his one? I'm gonna say 1 4. 2 3s. Does he have a 3? That's the question. I'm gonna call. Oh, he did have a 3. Fuck! 1 3. 2 1s? Nah, bro, you're coping. Yes, I did it. Oh. Oh, he did say a bunch of stuff here. Maybe I should read some of this. Blah blah blah. Game is simple. We read that one. Didn't you hear my last bit? That's quickly. I'm not falling for your innocence call. It's a slow night tonight. Isn't this meant to be a city? Welcome to Lower Kai, the poor end of the poor city port. Not many people around here can afford to drink or gamble. You can carry a while you are. Not too long, I hope. You'll need entertaining then. I'm not some kind of child. I have a journey to make. I heard a baying sound in the fields as I came here. A baying sound? He shrugs but looks nervous. Could be anything. I'm glad I'm inside all the same. I've heard of wolves in Kari. Didn't used to hear them before, but recently, he shrugs. Been reports in some circles. So you're new to our fair city, is you? What makes you think I'm not a guard? You don't think I know that? If the guard don't stand down, I'm finished. I was thinking you could tell me the best way to reach the North Gate. North Gate? You're going all the way there? So it's far. Well, I'll find my way, I suppose. There are 3 main roads through Lower Kari, he tells you. I'd head right and visit the festival myself. I'll bear that in mind. But if you reach the north gate, how will you open it? Locks are no trouble for me. Look, the north gate isn't just locked, it's spell locked, with a 4-line spell that only the first noble know. Oh. It's a Kari matter, not, you said the guards were on alert, how come? It's a Kari matter, not outsiders' business. Perhaps the guard heard I was coming. Just reply with a smile. Talking to people will provide clues to help your quest. You can review your clues on the inventory screen. You collect your gold from the counter once more, and the innkeeper reluctantly counts out another 7 in your palm. I was unlucky, it happens. It's when you want another try? I mean, we could just get more money from him. No, let's just sleep. I've played enough, you tell him. Happy with your winning streak. Very well, the innkeeper smiles. Room costs 7 gold, and as I said, you have found 2 new clues. Cool. Let's go sleep. You hand over the 7 gold pieces. The man shows you upstairs to a room. It seems clean enough. There are no rats on the bed, and the linen seems to have been washed at least once this month. Let's go. After your long day of walking, the thought of a real bed is a welcome relief. You settle down, turning over in your mind what the innkeeper told you of the 4 spell lines required to open the north gate. It could be a problem, or perhaps your own magic will be enough. Settle quickly onto the straw mattress. The sound of the city drifts you on the night air. Shouts and screams, and the occasional distinct howl. You doze fitfully, turning over in your mind what the innkeeper told you of the 4 spell lines required to open the north gates. Dream. Your dreams, when they come, are off the wall, like a towering monster, drenched in moss and slime. The gate is wide open maw. It's wide open maw. On its back is a host of guards, chanting a mantra too quietly for you to hear. As you watch, it reaches down with fingers made from flagpoles and skewers the old beggar man, lifting him flailing into the air. As you make your way inside, guards appear and disappear from holes in the ground like burrowing moles, and it is as though you can see the crown sitting in the dust on the far side of the north gate. So close and yet out of reach. Alright. Next morning, you feel better for your night's rest. Going downstairs, you find the bartender miserably counting coins on the bar. Need anything? He asks hopefully. Yeah, I need provisions. I said so yesterday. Innkeeper shakes his head. I still don't have any food. Try the flayer's hut, middle road, up through the fields. He does a good stew. You thank him and take your leave of the inn. But he recommended the right side. Outside, the air tastes fresh. It has rained a little overnight. A little distance from here, a busy crossroads marks the start of the city. Following the track for a few minutes, you reach a junction where 3 roads begin. These are the outskirts of Kari. Huts huddle like beggars on either side of the tracks, leading uphill into the city port. Pause and look around. It must be clear to everyone around that you are a stranger in these parts. The city's inhabitants, a multitude of malevolent creatures who would kill for the laces of your boots, turn to watch you as they pass. You are sport, a figure to be jostled and robbed, and one who will most likely fall prey to the strange elaborate system of traps laid across Kari by the early settlers to protect themselves from one another. Look at the paths. There are more people here than you've seen in a long time. You cast an eye across the faces, wondering if you can tell the good, honest souls from the thieves and murderers. Look right. To the right, the track heads towards fields. A hut stands proud a little further on. To the left, you see a group of scruffy youngsters walking up the road with packs on their backs. Ahead is the main road into the center of Kari, its surface ruttered from cartwheels. Further in the distance, you see fields. This is the route taken by supply wagons to the docks. The business of this place is confusing, but you will have to simply strike out. Somewhere in the city must be the information you need to find the spell lines for the north gate that the innkeeper told you about. Just at that moment, a cart rolls down the road from the right and careens around the corner to take the main track ahead. On its back are stacked several crates. One teeters for a moment, then falls near your feet, its lid cracking open. Let's wave the driver. You wave for the driver to stop, but they do not see you. The cart rattles away up the road. You notice a purple liquid leaking from the side of the crate. That doesn't sound good. I'm gonna leave it. You leave the crate in the mud. Other poorer creatures can have the salvage. Okay, so there's a festival going on around here. Surely we can buy food there too, right? Right? At some point I'm gonna have to walk across this bridge. Wharf Town? Artist Quarter. Sounds kinda hype. Man. Now I have to decide where to go. Clues. Okay, how do I close this? Okay, there we go. First noble of the city. But where would I find that purse? Gardens, Hall and Quarter, Halls of Vlada. Wonder what's up here. Docks. Maybe in the artist quarters? I have no clue. Man, Boom Road. Festival of Thieves. That doesn't sound good, but like, the innkeeper recommended it, so let's go there. You head right along the wide track until you reach a large hut. It is the only building on this path that is still standing. Either sides are empty plots, once the houses of the farmers who planted the fields to the north. They are now collapsed, and thick with gripweed. It seems that here, in the shadow of the city wall, is not a place people choose to live. Look at their... Oh, whoops. From somewhere further on comes the falling and rising sound of a crowd. Some kind of event is taking. Look at the remaining hut. By the side of the door on this hut is a sign. Delicately painted, Chainmaker. The door is just a crack ajar, and from within you hear a gentle tinkling sound, metal on metal, as though a creature in chainmail dress was endlessly pacing the floor. There are several places you could go next. I don't think I need chains, but I could check it out. You push open the hut door and enter. It is dark inside. The floor is sawdust and the air smells of oil, polish, and burnt metal. From the ceiling, hanging like ivy, are metal chains of all lengths and thickness. Some suitable for machinery, some for oxen, and others for arms and feet. The chains shift and whisper to themselves. There seems to be no one here. There is another room beyond. Its door is hanging open. Call out a greeting. Hello, is anyone there? You call. There's a shuffling beyond the far door, and then a figure emerges. It's the Chainmaker. He is a Swin, one of the race of man-orcs from the village of Torrepani. You what? He replies gruffly. You want chains? Look for a chain to buy. You look around the shop at chain after unremarkable chain. Chainmaker watches you and points with a claw. That one, he indicates. A short length of silver. Magic chain. What does it do? You ask. Magic, the stubborn creature replies. How much does it cost? You ask. He seizes you up, thinking you must be wealthy. It's 5 gold pieces. That's not too bad. Good evening. I think I'll buy it. Like, staying at the inn was 7. Although we did, like, get it for free. But he was trying to charge us 7 for that. So I feel like that's a reasonable price. I'll buy it. Hand over the 5 gold pieces to take the chain. It is clearly enchanted. The ends seem to snap and bite at one another like armorous snakes. Good for taking out their knees, the Chainmaker explains. You head out of the shop. Well, thank you. Let's go to the festival. You continue along the road. The land rises gently. A thin, meager scrub broken by a rocky outcrop, like teeth through an infant's gum. Goats roam the slopes, paranoid, shifty creatures who flee at the sound of your footsteps. Suddenly, you could be back in the fields outside Vistatanti. This part of the city port is barely habited, and you are unlikely to find clues to the Norse Gate's spell here. Ooh. There will be more people to talk to near the docks. Your stomach rumbles with hunger, but you have no more food. Yeah, I know. You continue walking along the track and begin to hear the sound of a large crowd up ahead. There is some kind of market or fair happening further on, near the river. You pass a dirt track on the field that leads away across the fields. Let's... I mean, we could go through the fields, but let's go through the crowd. You continue along the road towards the noise. After a few minutes, you are walking between tall poles and rippling colored flags. People and creatures sprawl across the path, and several tents have been erected, their poles joined together by more flags. Approach. You ease your way into the edge of the gathered crowd. It all looks good, spirited and fun. And with so many people here, perhaps you will pick up useful information about the spell lines. Listen. You mail through the crowd, keeping your ears open for anything interesting. But most people in the center of the field are arguing over where to go next, or lamenting how many gold pieces they have spent. You might do better to have a closer look at something. Oh. You walk to the south end of the fairground midway. A boy with a barrel stands off to one side, and a dull-looking tent stands near the river. There are more exciting stalls further north. Let's check out the small tent. You approach the small tent. By the door, a young elven woman is collecting the entrance fee. 1 gold piece, she declares, winking at you. What's inside? Mark of the Amuser, she replies, still smiling and winking. Perhaps there is something wrong with her other eye. He's very funny. 1 gold piece. What does that mean? Is he just funny? I don't trust Elvins after they like trapped me and mugged me. I don't think I want that. No offense intended, you reply politely and step away into the fair. The fair spreads out all around you, a collection of booths and rings and tents and stalls. Hawkers announce the various attractions at the top of their lungs. The general atmosphere is cheerful with just a hint of violence. Yeah, I don't trust it. The barrel boy. I mean, we could check him out. What's up? You approach the boy standing by a barrel and look sheepish. Looking sheepish. What are you selling? You ask. The boy points into his barrel but doesn't answer. Is he gonna prank me? What is this festival? You ask. The boy shrugs but says nothing. Why don't you speak? The boy shrugs but doesn't seem to want to answer properly. I don't trust any of this. I can look in the barrel. You peer into the barrel. It's full of small, hard apples. Most are blackened by disease, or else are shot through with maggot holes. How much is an apple? You ask, despite the fact it is hard to imagine anyone paying for one. The boy holds up a single finger with one hand and all 5 fingers of the other. Six gold pieces, 1 gold piece for 5 apples, 5 gold pieces. So, 1 gold piece for 5 apples? The boy nods. Sure, I'll buy them. You hand over a gold piece and the boy supplies you with 5 apples. In your hands, you feel that they are rock solid, hardened by some disease into stones. The boy bows his head in thanks and then gestures behind him. A girl, possibly his sister, pops up from behind another barrel and pulls a face at you. I'm not gonna throw an apple at her. They're solid as a rock. I'll stick my tongue out though. You stick your tongue out in reply. The girl giggles, then dodges down behind the barrel. The boy looks at you expectantly. The girl picks up again. Is that your sister? You ask, pointing to the girl's direction. The boy nods, then takes an apple from his barrel and throws it across the field. His sister dodges quickly out of the way. Should I throw it at her? That seems so mean. I'll throw one at her. You lob one of your apples at the girl, but she dives to one side and it misses. The boy claps his hands. The girl sticks her arms out to either side and quickly ducks. Let's throw another one. You ready your second apple and wait for the girl to show herself. As soon as she pops up, you throw, but your aim is off and you miss by a finger's breadth or so. The girl giggles, then ducks away out of sight. Am I just gonna waste all of these apples? Yeah, sure. Try another shot. This time you ready your aim, and when the moment arrives, you throw is sharp and on target. The apple hits the girl on the arm and she whoops. Standing up and pointing to the red mark the apple had left, the boy claps and reaches into his pocket, handing you a prize. A large and tasty looking apple. I'm not gonna throw them at him, I'm gonna thank him. You thank him, and he shrugs, but says nothing. You hand back your remaining blackened apples to the boy. He throws them at his sister, and you walk back into the midway. From across the field comes a murmur of excitement. Then quite suddenly, a small tornado lifts a tent sharply up into the air and away. Huh? This festival is crazy. Let's go over here. You push your way through the crowds to the very heart of the fair and look around at the attractions on offer. So there's a beer tent. Dancing there? The top of the midway. Let's go and check out the beer tent. Just by the river is a low tent, surrounded by several stumbling figures. It could almost be a tent for dancing, except for the strong smell of brewed grain that drifts over the air. In the stall, a group of 3 half-goblin women are pouring mugs of beer and talking to the locals. A sign reads, 1 mug, 1 gold, 4 mugs, 6 gold. That the math doesn't math. Why is the option to smell the air? Let's smell the air. You pause to inhale the rich smell of brewed grains that hangs around the tent. It is quite nourishing. One of the bar women catches your smile. Nice, yes, she says. Even nicer in a glass. A tall, spindly creature raises his voice to announce he is buying 4 mugs. A huge cheer goes up, but mostly from the women behind the bar. I feel like there's something special about the 4 mugs. Because everyone seems so hyped when they buy 4 mugs. I'm gonna talk to the bartender. You elbow your way to the bar and wave to attract the attention of one of the women. Greetings, she smiles. What can I do for you? Why are 4 mugs so expensive? You ask. Isn't it cheaper to buy 4 separately? Oh no, the woman replies, smiling sweetly. It's a special offer, you see. 4 mugs for 6 gold pieces. Should I buy 4? I kinda want to. I'm gonna lose all of my gold here. I'll buy 4. You say. The half-goblin woman grins with hooked teeth and raises a cry as you pay 6 gold pieces, and she pulls the drinks. He's buying 4. Another lucky customer taking advantage of our offer. Nearby drunks turn their heads. Offer to share it? I'll share them, you tell the surrounding crowd. The woman behind the bar nods and murmurs. Good idea. This stuff is a bit too strong to drink a lot of. She sets down 4 mugs in front of you. Drink 1 mug and share the others. You share 3 of the mugs around and lift the 4th yourself in a cheerful salute. The ale looks muddy and somewhat disgusting. In fact, it doesn't taste like beer at all. What is this? Let's drink more. Regardless, you drink more, finishing the mug. It doesn't taste like any beer you've had before. Suddenly you feel your stomach start to groan and ache. You stare against the bar. Had too much, have you? Asked the woman at the bar. Why don't you settle your stomach with another? I feel terrible, you exclaim. Well, the woman replies, that's the perils of drinking. Then she moves away to serve another customer. You stagger away from the booth and back to the midway, fighting against the unpleasantness in your stomach. Look back? Looking back, you notice a pipe running from the tent directly into the Yabaiji River. It seems the beer isn't beer after all. Oh my god, are you kidding me? What? Bro. That's fucked up. I just spent 6 gold on that. I got 1 ration though. I don't think I'm gonna look at the dancing bear, or maybe I will. You cross the fair to join a crowd gathered at a safe distance around a dancing bear. A dwarf stands in front of the bear, holding a lead that is fastened to a ring in the creature's nose. "See my beauty dance," he growls, jerking the cord. The bear stumbles around in obvious pain. Oh no! Poor bear. As he tugs the cable, he plays a pipe with great gusto. The crowd are in stitches of laughter at the poor bear's performance. I kind of want to free it. But I feel like everyone would be really mad at me. I'll watch. It seems a cruel and miserable little show, but you reserve your judgment for a moment, hanging back and watching. Suddenly a cry goes up from somewhere in the audience. My gold, pickpocket. Beware, there's a pickpocket at work. You and the rest of the crowd spin round towards the voice and see a small creature darting off away from the crowd and into one of the tents. Ooh. I feel like this is a setup though, like, oh, I don't trust this. Rather than looking in one direction, you turn to look in the other and see the dwarf release the cord holding the bear in place. But the creature does not go wild or attempt to run. In fact, both the dwarf and the bear seem to shrink down to the ground. What's going on? Someone in the crowd demands. Is this part of the show? Ooh. I'll go to bed now. Thanks for this short stream. Oh, goodbye. Have a good rest. Let's see here. I'm gonna leave the show. I feel like they're all gonna rob me. You sleep quickly away, listening to the hue and cry as more of the crowd discover that they too have been robbed. You keep one hand firmly in your gold until you are back outside the crowd. You are slowly recovering from the foul taste in your belly from the beer. Oh my god. You walk to the north end of the fairground midway. The fair continues from here, and the road leads away uphill. What's this? Musicians? Bare knuckle fighting. We could do some bare knuckle fighting. Let's look at the musicians first. You head over to where a crowd are watching a troupe of dancers who spin and swirl in time to a lively tune. There's something quite hypnotic about the performance. Ooh. Sus? Can I cast Sus? Sus. Sense danger. Or what else could it be? Dose? Lone. Nah. No, that's sus again. N. No. What? I'm trying to press the N. There we go. Nif. Stench. No, we did da. J. Jig. No. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Please let me press it. Cause lively dancing? Oh. Let's do sus. You cast the spell and a calm voice enters your mind, telling you there is no danger here. The pitch builds and the music speeds up. The crowd clap and stomp their feet, and you find yourself clapping along as well, quite enjoying the show. The dancers are now twirling into the audience, pulling onlookers onto the dance. One is getting quite close to you. I mean, It did say there is no danger. So I can join. You grab the outstretched hand of the dancer, who whips you away into the center of the crowd. The music grows in tempo, soon you are swirling, sky welling overhead, thrown from one partner to the next. Onlooking creatures cheer and whoop and clap their claws together, and for a brief moment you feel like you're the toast of all Kari. Keep track of my purse, please. Then you realize that as you pass from one dancer to the next, your gold purse could be snatched at any moment, so you grab hold of it to keep it safe. But in doing so, you stop watching what you're doing. When the next dancer hurls you across the circle, you trip, landing in a messy heap. Spectating creatures laugh and jeer. Eventually the music fades and the dance finishes. One of the dancers comes over to sit beside you. I hope you're not too bruised, friend, he says. Some people find the thieves' dance too fast for them. The thieves' dance? You ask. The musician shrugs. It's just a name. He looks you over with a canny eye. Well, he says, I don't think you're going to cause any trouble for us, are you? Enjoy the rest of the festival, and try to stay upright this time. He heads off into the crowd. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, let's go here. You cross the fairground to a wrestle ring. A ruffian inside is announcing the current challenge. People of Kari, are you ready for a fight? In the white corner we have our challenger, Anver the Barbarian. Ooh. The crowd cheers and whoops. Look over Anver. Anver is about half as tall as you. With sheets of muscle on his arms and legs. But he is probably lighter than the ogre, which will mean he has less momentum. And in the black corner, the brawling champion of Kari, the one they call Skull Splitter, the ogre, Kagu of Dadule? Look over Skull Splitter. The ogre looks as thick as any ogre you might meet, but he's made of solid muscle. His arms and legs like twisted bark of trees. Challenger, are you ready? Demands the ruffian. Amon nods and beats his chest. Ask someone about the fight. You attract the attention of a nearby member of the crowd. Tell me, you ask, what are the rules of the fight? No rules, giggles the man in reply. That's what makes it so entertaining. No weapons, another man puts in. That's the only rule. On the platform, the ruffian turns to the ogre. Champion, are you ready? The beast approaches, not to understand the question, but scratches his armpits. The ruffian nods. And who can challenge? You ask. The man shrugs. Anyone crazy enough to want to get their head smashed in. The ruffian steps into the center of the ring and drops his arms. Let the fight begin. The crowd roars, ready for the fight. The barbarian in the white corner growls and beats his chest. The ogre raises his fist into the air and shakes them. I'm just gonna wait and watch. You hang back and watch. The ogre roars with rage and powers forward against the barbarian, landing a mighty blow. Now the ogre looks in good form, but then the barbarian comes back with an unexpected thump. Alright. You can't look away. Finally, it is all over. With a single throw, Skull Splitter the ogre throws Anver the barbarian clear out of the ring. The crowd goes wild. Inside the ring, the master of the fight raises the ogre's fist in the air. Who challenges our champion? The prize is 10 gold pieces. I'll do it. Bet. I challenge him, you cry. All eyes turn to look at you. The fight master beams. We have a stranger taking the challenge, she declares. Let her through. Hell yeah. The crowd parts and you are helped up into the ring. Under his breath, the fight master outlines the rules. A fair fight, no magic, and pound your opponent until they can't stand. Ready? He asks. Yeah. In the black corner, then, the ruffian announces, is Skull Splitter. In the white corner, the ruffian turns to you and he says, What should I call you? The Stranger. The ruffian pulls a blank face. He's so huge! It's not very exciting, he says, but alright. To the crowd, he bellows. In the white corner today, fresh from who knows where, please welcome to the ring the stranger herself. And then throws you a sidelong glance before he scarpers from the ring. The crowd begins to fiercely place bets. You can hear them discussing your relative merits. She looks feeble, looks like a maniac to me. You ready your fists. Let's block. Okay, he preserves some energy. The ogre raises its fist in the air and makes a roaring noise. That brings a similar response from the crowd. You drop down into a ready crouch, knees bent, arms wide, ready to react. It hits out with a lazy swing of its colossal fist. Clearly it thinks you are no serious threat to it. Okay, let's clout him. Chase order with a passing blow. The ogre blocks your blow. It steps backwards across the ring, putting space between you. Oh shit. Attempt a defensive strike, hoping to catch the ogre off guard, but the ogre knees you in the chest, knocking the wind out of you. It beats its huge muscle chest and roars. Bash him. Oh shit! That's bad! You try a heavy punch, but its attack is strong and devastating. You are thrown to the floor, the crowd gasps and cheers. I'm gonna... Fuck. I don't know what he's gonna do! I can't read him! Fucking bash him. Oh fuck, that was such a waste. Letting your forceful blow, you hurtle forward, the ogre drops into a defensive crouch, moving with more speed than you'd expect. I'm gonna block. You drop in a defensive crouch, your suspicion is well founded. A moment later, the ogre charges forward with all its body weight. It knocks you back a short way. I wanna do a small one. Alright. You swing your for monster with a light blow, hoping to make it waste its energy defending. The ogre deflects your fist. It is holding back. Someone in the crowd is shouting you advice. Take out his knees. Oh, I didn't have to be that. Okay. You strike again, preparing a heavy swing. You charge for your opponent. The ogre turns away as though not seeing the blow will stop it landing. The ogre stumbles suddenly, crashing into the ropes at the side of the ring. A gasp goes up from the crowd. The crowds are spurring on the ogre. Smash her skull, Skull Splitter, someone calls. I'm gonna bash. Oh shit! You throw a hard blow, but the ogre attacks with all his strength, pounding your head on both sides. The ogre is briefly distracted by scratching? Huh? You punish the ogre with a passing blow. The ogre tries to dodge. It is hovering slightly. The crowd are now behind you, spurring you on. Bash! Goes forward again, moving swiftly. Aim for his heart. The ogre turns its stick back to absorb the blow. The ogre howls with rage as it stumbles and hits the mat. For a moment, you even think it might stay down. Then, slowly, like a crumbling cliff, it picks itself to its feet once more. It batters as it head and bellows. I'm gonna block. Woo! You drop back defensively. The ogre pounds at you with heavy fists, but you dodge the force of the blow. The ogre beats his chest and causes to lift its arm to the crowd, who roar in approval. BAM! That was not a good, like, I lost 8 stamina. So I think I'm gonna try again. For this first one, I'm gonna do 1. Yeah. And now he's probably going to do a rather hefty one, but maybe I will do, if I do like a 6, yeah, could have done this. Like again, readying a forceful blow, you hurt it towards, I don't know if a 5 is enough. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Take out his knees. I'll try. Okay, I'm gonna block this. Oh no, this time he's distracted, so I think I can cloud him. Yeah. I'm gonna block this time. Yeah. I could have probably gotten him. Oh, thump. Oh shit, that wasn't good. This is when he does the really big one, right? No! Oh my god, I'm just throwing! Oh my god. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Okay, I'm gonna retry again. That sucks. Okay. Maybe a 2.3? Yeah. I'm gonna do a big one, I think. Okay, I didn't need to make a big one. Oh, okay, I'm gonna block this time. Yeah, that was smart. Okay, but now I'll do a 6. Okay, fuck. I'll do a 6 again. Oh my god. Bro. I'm gonna block. 6. Fuck. This is when he does a big one, I think. But I can make it bigger, yes! Ah, you lunge forward again, preparing a heavy blow. You charge for your opponent. The ogre staggers back, gasping, its stupid eyes blinking in surprise. Summoning the last ounce of strength in your arms, you raise your hands, linked in a fist, and bring them down, knocking the ogre out cold. Stamina lost. 2 brilliant bucks. That's good enough. You stagger from the ring, the crowd cheering for you, and collect your winning. Nice! Money back. Alright, let's go to the end of the fair. You push your way through the crowd, following the road uphill. The party is getting wilder, and you would do well to be away from here before things get out of hand. At the far edge of the fair, the litter has left a tide mark on the grass. There is one last small tent here, probably a ticket booth that has simply been ignored by the crowds of Kari. I'm gonna look ahead. Ahead the road continues through empty fields and patches of rubble-strewn wasteland, but it climbs, so it must be heading for the center of Kari. Steam rises from the large building beside a fork in the road. Looking back, you see what looks like one of the tents going up in flames. It must be part of the entertainment, as no one seems too concerned. In fact, a great cheer goes up as one of the strings of flags collapse into the bonfire. It's a small tent. You pause to walk around the small tent to discover it is in fact a small attraction of its own. A sign above the door reads, Cabinet of Fortune, try your luck, a prize for all. You have time to test your luck, no doubt, if you wanted. Let's check it out. You go over to the tent and push back the flap. Inside, a grubby, bearded man leaps up from where he was sitting cross-legged on the floor and comes over to pump your hand. What is that? Is that an elven? I don't know. Welcome, welcome, my friend, he exclaims, somewhat enthusiastically. And let's see what prize you can win today. You must know this. There are no losers at Honest Hannah's Cabinet of Fortune. He gestures with one hand towards the large glass cabinet in the center of the tent. What do I do? You ask. It is a most simple game, Honest Hannah replies with glee. You give me 2 gold pieces, and then my little pet will fetch something for you. He points inside the glass case, and that's when you notice a small wiry creature curled up amongst a pile of jewelry, books, gold, and other things. I can cast a spell here. Mag? Protect from magic. Sus? Oh. Rap? Wait. Talk all languages. No. R. That's an S. R. E? Res? Resurrect the dead? What? I don't think that's gonna help. Tell? Read minds? Ooh, that would be so good. Take from magic could be good here. I'm not sure. It's only 2 gold. I'm gonna cast sus because I'm sus. I'm sus of this guy. Oh. Sus. You cast a spell and a deep calm voice enters your mind. It tells you there is no danger here. The cabinet contains some false prizes, some true ones, but nothing that will do you harm. Hannah waits for you to finish your spell and then smiles. Will you play? Yeah. You pay 2 gold pieces, and Hannah goes over the cabinet and presses a small button on the side. It seems to operate a canty-level spike which pokes the creature, who squeals, jumps from its perch, and begins fluttering around inside the case. Watch. The creature keeps flapping around inside. Eventually the creature selects something from the prize pool, which it drops into a chute at the far side of the cabinet. Take my prize. You open the flap and remove a small leather pouch. You open it and it seems to be empty, but a moment later you find you are scratching your neck, behind your ears, up your arms. Please, Hannah remarks. I'll have the pouch back there, if you don't mind. He snatches it from you while staying well back. You scratch your armpit in reply and nod to Hannah, who laughs a little too loudly. Then you head back out of the tent. What the fuck, bro? That's so mean. I don't want to flee. What the fuck? Oh man. Leave the fair behind you and climb through the fields towards the outskirts of the building, until you reach a fork of the road. The slum district of Lower Kari are unlikely to house the secret of the North Gate, but you might be able to learn where to find out more. In the elbow of the fork of a on the elbow of the fork is a grand, well-kept building. Steam pumps in from its roof. A creature emerges, looking refreshed and flushed. It is a bathhouse. Well, maybe that would be good for us, since, you know, um, we have fleas. You step in the cool of the bathhouse. It is a wide building of marble tiles, and a sweet smell of pine and fresh wood. Gentle noises echo and murmur around the walls. A creature by the front desk greets you with a smile. "Good afternoon, my lady," it purrs. "The water is cool and fresh today. A swim costs 4 gold pieces." "Is it worth it?" you ask. "Oh, very," the creature replies, with a beaming smile. "The waters of Kari are known for their healing and refreshing quality. We have a steam room and a lagoon pool. You'll be well cared for." "Sure." You hand over 4 gold pieces, and the concierge, I don't know how to pronounce that, gestures you through into the center of the bathhouse, where a wide pool awaits, with trees and shrubs either side. From across the room, steam curls from the doorway of a glass-doored room. You strip off and pile your clothes and belongings in one corner of the room. Let's try the steam room. You enter the steam room and take a seat on one of the benches. The temperature is almost unbearable. Through the curling smoke, you see another figure in the shadows. You are not alone. Let's stay quiet. You stay quiet, minding your own business. After a while, you hear a voice murmuring, "Our last man failed. What makes you think you can succeed?" Huh? What is this about? "I'm smarter," you reply. The other figure does not reply, but stands and moves away through the steam. You feel the blast of cold air as the door opens and then closes. Sit in the smoke, enjoying the relaxing steam, until you cannot take the heat anymore. Let's leave the steam room. You head back out of the steam room. You feel your shoulders unknotting and your body relaxing. Let's go for a swim. You dive into the pool and swim a few enjoyable lengths. You feel the fleas washing from your body. You feel better for the exercise. You feel a great calm and relaxedness flooding through your veins. Feeling much better, you turn and collect your belongings. Check them over. Not trusting the city to pass up the chance to rob you, you check through your belongings, but everything seems to still be in place. Pleased, you head for the exit. The creature at the front desk beams cheerfully at you. You step outside onto the street. I think I answered the wrong thing to that other person because we didn't get anything from it. I kind of want to go back in time and try what happens if I do it in another way. All right. Stay quiet. Hello, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm kind of redoing this part because I want to see what happens if I don't say anything or if I say I'm braver. I'm gonna say nothing. You stay quiet. A moment later, a second voice replies. "That idiot tried head on. You can't kill a wizard head on. You have to go in when they're asleep. You have to have tactics." Good. The first voice in the smoke agrees. "And I don't want to know what your tactics are. As long as your money's good," the second voice says. I don't think we should interrupt them, but it would be funny. I usually try to stream at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times, like this week. And I'll probably stream 3 times next week too. Um, so yeah. Mm, it would be really funny to ask about the wizard. But I feel like I should just keep listening. Just stay quiet and listen. Sansa's left me enough to cover all 4 jobs before he disappeared. The first speaker says, Mulas and Theta are done. The job on Shinwa, well, the speaker huffs into the smoke. How'd you kill someone, but only enough to make them a ghost? That was a tough one. This one should be the easiest. The second speaker agrees. I'm glad to hear it, but don't forget the last man who tried. He's a sideshow attraction now, I hear. What kind of games do I stream? Usually, I mostly games. But different kinds of games. So I have a series with Mass Effect that I'm currently playing through, and now have also started this Sorcery playthrough, and I do enjoy reading quite a bit of visual novels and similar types of games, like single player games. Let's see here. Let's keep listening. I won't, the second voice replies. So, where's this noble's house? Oh, we need to know that. That's great. Red Quarter, round the back of Fireview. You can't miss it. It's the largest place in the neighborhood. He tells them all he's a scholar, but don't be fooled. The second voice grunts an assent, then a figure stands and leaves the room. You've heard enough, and the heat is getting to be too much. You get to your feet as stealthily as you can and leave the room. You head back out of the steam room. You feel your shoulders unknotting and your body relaxing. Let's go for a swim then. You dive into the pool and swim a few enjoyable lengths. You feel the fleas washing from your body. You feel better for the exercise. While you're in the pool, a figure emerges from the steam room. He comes to stand at one end of the pool. The smart money stays quiet, he calls out. He must be speaking to you, as the room is otherwise empty. Ooh, that's a threat, I think. I usually stream for around 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more. So sometimes they can be like 4 hours plus. It kind of depends on what I'm playing. I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't, he replies. Keep it that way. To make his point, as he steps out of the room, he kicks your pile of possessions into the pool and walks away laughing. Of course, all your water-damaged possessions have been ruined. Thankfully, however, the pages of your spellbook are protected. What the hell? I don't even remember if I had, like... my rations! That bitch. How dare he? I don't think I had anything else that was water sensitive. I don't think. Yeah, no. It was only my rations, I think. Okay. I'm not gonna chase him. I'll dive and collect my thing. You dive down and rescue your possessions, then scramble out of the pool. You put on your clothes, which are now soaking wet, but you still feel much better for your swim. You head for the exit. The creature at the front desk looks at you disapprovingly when you appear, dripping. You step outside onto the street. It's not my fault. He threw my things in the pool. I got so many clues from that. That's great. Okay. He said... Where was that guy? Red Quarter, close to Fairview Square. We need to get to him. So somewhere here? Supposed to be a big house. Maybe this one? Not sure. I mean, don't we all love art? I do draw and stuff myself, so yeah. I think I'm gonna go towards this bridge. Yeah. The road twists and turns up the rise until you emerge onto a wider road on the edge of a dense slum. From inside, down a street to the left, you can hear the very faint sound of singing. A smell of rotting fish fish beings fills the air. You must be close to the docks. Let's... Well, actually, yeah, let's head for the docks. You emerge from a narrow, winding alley into an open space. On the far side, the Jabaji River slides past, its surface strewn with flotsam and jetsam dredged up from the fallen parts of the city. The sails of the boats at anchor billow and snap in the breeze. You have reached the docks, the beating heart of Kari. Oh, you try to stream too? Oh. Thank you for asking, but I don't think so. Let's see here. Let's wait. Let's look around a little bit. There are 2 or 3 ships moored for the night, and the space between them and the road is filled with a huge number of stalls and little shops, selling everything from fishing tackle to sailing blocks to barrels of woodlouse rum. This must be a thriving marketplace during the day. With night approaching, it is a maze of booths and cloth. A single bridge crosses the river here. Operates with ropes to let the tall ships through. Right now, the bridge is up to allow ships to sail through undisturbed. Oh, right, I need to find somewhere to sleep. There are 2 inns visible from here. The Fae, where Wayfarer's Rest, and the Meat and Cleaver. There is nothing obviously different about either of them. Oh, there's a bunch of things. Sleep in the market. I mean, Meat and Cleaver sounds good. Question mark. The Meat and Cleaver is a small, grimy place that looks like it's been converted from a wood store. Rats run across the floor, and the customers at the tables look haggard and tired, as if just smelling the air is draining them. By the bar, a stooped and hunched innkeeper wipes his beer mugs with a filthy handkerchief. Let's go to the bar. Head over to the bar. The innkeeper stands up as straight as he can to greet you. Greetings, my old man. My good man. The innkeeper nods to you. Welcome to the meat and cleaver, he says. What can I get for you? Ask about food? How much is food? He shakes his head. We're out of food, I'm afraid. He points to a group in one corner. Those lot eat everything. Musicians, he says. They're always hungry, but good for drinking. How is trade here? The man peers at you. Trade? This is the docks, and I sell beer. Trade is the same as it always been. He shrugs. I know the city is supposed to be going to the dogs and falling apart, but I don't believe it. People are always saying that, but they're still in here most nights, drinking their beer. How is the city falling apart, you ask? Well, you've heard, he says, despite the fact you are clearly telling him you have not heard. What with the council being in session for 3 straight weeks and the rumors about you-know-who doing you-know-what. Who? Who? Vic. Though I don't think he'll do it. Not even he can take the council by force. Can I ask you about Vic? The innkeeper looks suddenly quite afraid. You're a friend of his, are you? I should have guessed. Listen here, I'll vote for him. Vic for first noble. With that, he shuts up. I'll walk away from the bar. Let's sit at the table. You go over to a table with a space. May I sit? You say to the current occupants. The man waves a hand and shifts to one side. The name's Yera, he says. I'm a musician. You're a traveler? He smiles. How have you enjoyed your day in Kari? The city is filthy. Yera looks at his friends and they all laugh. It is, he agrees. But it is no one's fault. Everyone who lives here generates just as much mess as everyone else. A tall, thin woman with a thoughtful expression says, the problem is the poverty. Everyone is so poor. There's no one poor enough to clean the streets. Yera introduces his friend with a gesture. This is Almira. She's a dancer, but don't let that fool you. She's the thoughtful soul, if ever there was one. Almira nods her head. Greetings. Almira smiles once, then turns back to her food. Yera crunches on a battered skunk bear toe. So, he says, are you staying here tonight? I'm not sure yet. You're right, not to be sure. I don't know many as would risk the beds at the Heated River or whatever this place is called. The owner makes good ratbone fritters, but he's a few giblets short of a casserole. Where should I stay? The other inn isn't bad, though I hear that Vic tends to scoop up the drunks. He nods meaningfully. Who is he? Vic? Yera pulls a grim face. I wouldn't say Vic was a good man to know, or rather, there's many who know him and wish they didn't. Vic's a bad man. Head of the slave ring and looking to be head of a lot more, or so I hear. Almira agrees. They say he intends to overrun the council. That's impossible, but if he's planning it, I suspect he has a trick up his sleeve. What kind of trick? She shakes her head. I have no idea, but Vic is a very clever man, indeed, and not afraid to work in league with sorcerers and the darker arts. Yera tries to lighten the tone, raising a toast with his mug. I'll cross the river tomorrow. You're visiting the Red Ice part of Kari, Yer asks. Well, you'd better be prepared for them and for the traps. What traps? Portal traps, he says. They can be hard to spot, but most of them are pretty obvious as long as you keep your eyes peeled. Yer sighs. It's late. We should be going. Almira nods and takes his hand. Arm in arm, they bid you farewell and leave the inn. Alright. Let's go to the other inn. This place is too disgusting. You turn your head back out on the street. Alright. We walk back to the docks. Alright. We need to find somewhere to stay tonight. Deep in... oh. Let's go to Wayfarer's Rest. You make your way inside the Wayfarer's Rest. It's a lively and bustling place. Oh, that's a lot of people. The innkeeper behind the bar is trying to serve numerous creatures, all demanding ale at the same time, while around the tables, salted to types and buxom wenches are laughing together and singing shanties. Let's check out a table first. You take a seat between a swarthy sailor with an eye patch and a swarthy woman who also wears an eye patch. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. Let me go back a little. Okay. Greet the company. You greet the sailor and the woman. You annoy nay selty dog, the man remarks. What did you say, Eka? The woman Eka laughs a deep, throaty laugh. Not salty, but stray, she brays. Tell them about yourself. I'm from Analand, you tell them. You're looking to sign out on the sailor asks. No, you reply. I'm just passing through. Huh, he nods. Then drinks a gulp of beer and rubs his stomach as though it pains him. I got that too. Loisten, the sailor murmurs. Do you play Winders Coins? Oh, I'll play you. Splendid. He clears a space on the table, moving several beer glasses out of the way. Oil Shah Shaya it's done. 4 gold pieces on the game. You're on. Sailor hands you your dice and takes first bid. Let's see here. I need directions to North Gate. Can you help? I'm gonna say 2 twos. Well, do I like Loika Karin? 2 3. I'm gonna say 2 4. No, 3 4s. Warmth. I'd say you look hungry enough. No chance. You can always toil a Karin off your knee. What to look? Oh, if you know where to. Okay. 4. I don't think we have 4 of those. There are 4. Fuck. Okay. How's about 2 2? I'm gonna say 3 2s. 3 3s. 3 4s. I don't think he has 4 3s. Only 2 threes. The round is yours. I need direction on thick. Can you help? I'm gonna say 2 threes. I'm gonna say 3 threes? No, 3 twos. Wait, what has he been saying? So what are you doing in the city? Stopping over? The sailor looks concerned with you. Good time to be here. Is something going to happen? Does things afoot, big things. Wicks are moving. Who's Vic? Yeah, we know who Vic is, kind of. I don't think he has 3. Alright. I'm gonna say 2 threes. Ooh, I'm gonna say 4 fours. 5 fours? You're pushing it, mate. I'm gonna call that. Alright. How about 2 twos? What is this Vic like? He seems important around here. He's a bit hoid, but he's alright. Used to be an adventurer, you know. 2 fours? In that case, I'll say 3 fours. 4 fours. Does he have 4 fours? Does he have 2? No, wait, does he have 1? He probably does, doesn't he? He at least has 1. Let's say 5. Oh, he only had 1. Yeah. Point of Glander crew, he says. Point people. I was. Very well. Okay, roll again. 1, 2. How about 2 twos? 3? Nah, man, you're pushing it. Yeah. Okay. 2. No. 1, 2. 2 twos? Nope. Here we go. What moinks you think we need? Forget I asked. Blah blah blah. Another? Yeah, we can play one more. Why not? I enjoyed this. Ooh. Let's go with... We have one of each, so... I'll be nice. I'll start with 1-1. 4 threes? Bruh. He could have a lot of them. I think he's bluffing. He wasn't bluffing. Shit. He had a good roll. Ooh, this is good. I think we have way more, brother. I think we have 5 threes. Only 4, you little shit. Man. Okay. How about 3 ones? 3 twos? I don't think so, bro. What the fuck are his rolls? Two threes. I think we have 3 fours. Yes! Okay, we need to bring this back. Let's go with like 2 threes. 3 ones. No! Fuck! He's owning me this time. Yes! Oh my god, the RNG! 1 4. 2 ones. 2 twos. No. One more. Yes. Let's play one more. I need to get my money back. I mean, I won the first one, so we're technically plus minus 0, but I need to redeem myself. 2 threes. 3 fours. 4 threes? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Alright. It's good to have an early lead, I think. 2 ones. How about 3 threes? No, actually. 3 ones. 4 ones? I don't think so. I don't think so. Nice. So easy. Let's go for 2 ones. 3 twos. I can see that. I'm gonna go for 3 threes. 4 twos? Now you're pushing it, dude. I don't think you have to. Oh, he did. Fuck. This is kind of a bad hand. I think there's 2 fours? Yeah, sure. 3 fours? No. Nice. Come on, give me something good. Yes. Okay. Let's go with 2 1s. 2 3s. How about 2 4s? Nah, bro, I don't think he has 2 of those. Yeah, that's right. I feel like you can get a lot of money playing this. 1 2. How about 3 2s? 4? You're coping, bro. Yeah, the game's mine. Again, no, I think it's good. That's enough for me, you reply, patting your purse. Very well, he says. He puts the dice away. Here, the sailor nudges your arm and makes a gesture with his elbow. How about more ale? No, I'm good. You shake your head. The sailor shrugs and totters off to the bar, returning a few minutes later with half a flagon of ale. He has drunk the half on the way back. Get up from the table. Get to your feet, don't go far, murmurs the woman within, with the eye patch, smiling. The angry dwarf in one corner suddenly leaps to his feet, shouting, Enough talking then, let's show the council what we think of them now. I'll go to the bar. You fight your way through the creatures to the bar. After a minute or so, you manage to catch the innkeeper's attention. Greetings, you say. Nice place you have here. The innkeeper nods at you. He's clearly impressed by your dress and fearsome aspect. And what be your purpose in these ear parts, he asks. Ask him about the north gate. I'm heading for the north gate. Look, the innkeeper replies, cutting me off. I didn't mean I wanted to know, I meant you want to drink, here I am. You want to talk, then that's what my customers are for. He waves around the room at the hordes of drunken sailors and other ruffians who fill the space. The other creatures at the bar jostle and push each other for space. Let me buy some food. Are you serving food? You ask. The innkeeper nods. Aye. The gills for 6 gold pieces, hearty as you like. That's really expensive. I'll pay for a meal. You hand over 6 gold pieces and the innkeeper nods. Get yourself a table and we'll bring it out when it's ready, he says. A ruffian knocks over a dwarf's mug of ale. The fight that breaks out is short, sharp, and ends with the heel of an axe breaking the ruffian's nose. The great cheer goes up, and the innkeeper replaces the ale free of charge. What's the price for a room? You ask. The innkeeper holds up 4 fingers rather than shouting across the bar. Alright, I'll head away from the bar. You push your way back out of the crowd at the bar. Let's go to the sailor's table. You return to the sailor's table. One of the serving boys comes over to the table with a large plate of unidentifiable steaming grub. There you go, and it's refills if you be needing it, he says. You thank him and begin shoveling the food into your mouth. It is warm and deeply comforting and gently spiced. You stand, steady as she blues, the sailor advises. When the yard's arms high, that's when I know I'm dry, sings another tight sailor from one corner. Let's check at the dwarf's table. You make your way over to the group of dwarves in the corner who are still arguing loudly about something. You were talking about the council? You begin. The group falls instantly quiet. Every face turns toward the angry dwarf who shouted. You're for it now, he hisses to him. I'm a traveler. you reply, reassuringly. I'm new to this city, the dwarf nods. Then you're welcome, he slaps the bench beside him. Sit down and I'll tell you why we should burn the council building down tonight. Okay. Take a seat. As I was saying, the dwarf continues, the council are ruining the city and it's time we took the fight to them. Who's with me? I don't know, Saxmouth, another replies, more sheepishly. After all, things aren't as bad around here. Saxmouth turns to you. And what do you say? It is, something. I don't feel like it's a fine city, but it's not necessarily run by villains. Kari seems to be a fine city. The council did a good job in a difficult circumstance. Ah, Saxmus laughs. The councils do nothing at all. Why, no one even seen them outside of their hovel in weeks. Well, the sheepish dwarf says, what would you do? A light gleams in the dwarf's eyes. I know where the council is, Saxmus said. My father helped dig it, see? Dig? You heard me, Saxmus replies. I'll take you. On one condition. When we get there, you help me split the first noble skull. It's time Sansa's lost his crown, and he laughs. There must be another way, you answer. Saxmus shakes his head. There's no mercy they would show us. He bangs the table with a fist. I'm going now, he declares. I don't know, man. I don't wanna... You stay seated with the other dwarves and watch as Saxmus charges out of the door. We'll find his body in the river by morning, one of the others mutters. You mark my words. You nod and get to your feet. Yeah, that seems like a stupid idea. This place is flea pit, noisy and violent. You head back into the street. You're running out of options. I'm gonna sit by the river for a bit. Kara is renowned as a city of thieves and villains, and it has not earned that reputation for nothing. Sleep outside is to invite disaster. Instead, you seat yourself by the edge of the fat, slug-like Yabaiji River, where the air is by turns fresh and stomach churningly rancid, both of which should help you to stay awake through the long watches of the night. Watch the river. You sit watching the river as it creeps past. It really is the same evening. The gathering clouds, the fading light, incredible. After a while you notice a light on the far bank. It is a lantern. For a while it moves forward and backward, then it is joined by several more. Voices call to one another. They are looking for escapers, but escaping from what you cannot tell. As dawn breaks, one call. Wick will be pleased. A clear night tonight. That name again. The men disappear as the sun begins to rise. Your long vigil has left you tired, but still in one piece. Okay, let's go to the next morning. As the sun breaks over the rooftops of the lower Kari, the city looks clean and bright, like a stone polished to a shine by a fast-flowing river. The effects last for a beautiful moment, and then the people of Kari begin to stir, opening their windows to throw out their slop, shouting and cursing at each other as they do so. Head for the bridge. The market traders begin to set up their stalls, fighting and threatening each other to get the spots closest to the ships. A few sly types, probably pickpockets, begin to prowl the shadows between the stacks. There are still areas of Lower Kari you have not explored, but you cannot afford to waste more time in these slums. The gate lies on the other side of the city port, and you must cross it without delay. By breakfast? You wander the stalls looking for something to eat, and find stands selling bomba bread for 2 gold pieces. The smell is quite nourishing. Let's buy some. You buy a slice of bread. It is pleasantly filling, with sweet, meaty texture. You thank the woman at the stall, then head over to the river and wait for the bridge to be lowered. After a while, a grizzled old man arrives and unlocks a small booth by the harbor bridge. He goes inside and closes the door behind him. Wait. You sit down outside the booth and wait for the man to lower the harbor bridge. Half an hour goes by and nothing happens. Look in the booth. You stand up and peer in the booth and see what the old man is doing. He has his feet up on a low desk, his hands folded across his stomach, and he appears to be consulting a tide chart very closely. So closely, in fact, that it covers his whole face and gently rises and falls as he snores. Tired of waiting, you go over to the booth and knock firmly on the door. The old man lowers down the window and leans out of the booth. What you want? Good morning. You begin it carefully. The man replies. Are you going... Beautiful day, isn't it? The man peers at you suspiciously. Whatever it is, he grumbles. I'm not buying. I'm not selling anything. Not to me, the man replies. He goes back inside his booth. Wait. You wait another half an hour, enjoying the morning sunlight, playing on the river. It feels like the first rest you have had since you left Outpost Settlement. It's hard to imagine that, had it not been for the Archmage and the Birdmen, you would never have made this journey. Never explored the world outside the Jamutanti wall. Look around the dock. You look around the dock. By the base of the bridge, you notice a winch-like contraption. Perhaps it lowers the bridge? Try it. You go and try the winch. It is extremely heavy, but with a little effort you manage to get it to turn, and sure enough the bridge begins to move slowly down. The old man more or less explodes from his booth and charges over to you. Do you know what you're doing? He demands, apologetic with rage. You crazy? What's the problem? You ask. The tide, he retorts. The tide is on my chart. Gotta follow the chart. He waves a document at you. Wick'll have my skin. You wait another half an hour, enjoying the morning sunlight playing on the river. It seems like the first rest you have had since you left the Outpost Settlement. It's also imagine, yeah, it's the same. Look around. Leave it. You wait a little longer. Suddenly there's a flurry of movement from inside the booth. The old man leaves his booth and goes over to the contraption on the waterfront. He begins to even wind an ancient winch. It seems to be quite hard work. He's trying to move the whole weight of the bridge single-handedly. I'll wait. You let the man struggle and sit back in the sunshine and wet. Sweat beads on his forehead and he heaves and puffs as he works, but eventually the brig clunks down into place. Salute the man cheerfully and get to your feet. That was something. Cross the bridge over the river Jabari, which runs like a slime trail through the center of the city. From the middle of the bridge you look down into the water, and seem to see a small body floating past the current. A child or a dwarf, perhaps. It's probably the dwarf. You have reached the banks of Upper Kari. The buildings here are not as grand as on the south side of the river, but they are in a much better condition. Fewer people live on this side, away from the fields and the hills, but those that do are richer. They are also most likely more dangerous. But of course, it is this side of the city and the north gate stands. You follow the road away from the river, towards a fork in the road. Alright. The early morning sun is beginning to wake the streets of Kari. A few creatures roam this way and that. In one corner, a spring bubbles with fresh water. Look around. Looking left, the road heads through into a residential area that seems well cared for. A short way off to the right is an open plaza. Let's ask for directions. You stop a passing creature. Excuse me, I need to ask you. The creature's head is bowed and doesn't look up, but it pulls itself free and hurries away. It is too miserable to speak. There's nothing for it. You will have to explore for yourself. I think he is supposed to live somewhere. Let's see here. Does it say in my clues? First noble of Car, Lord Sansa is the first noble he knows the spell to open. Report. The scholar's house in the red quarter of the city in a large house close to Fairview Square. And the scholar is one of the nobles. But there's multiple nobles, so how am I supposed to know which is which? A large house close to a plaza. It has to be here or like here. So let's go, or maybe this? But I feel like that's not close enough. You turn right, heading away from the city wall. A sign points towards Fairview Square. You pass large houses that have the aspect of official places of buildings. Of business. One is marked with a clawed fist of a moneylender. An elderly woman is just leaving. She looks quite worn out already, this early in the morning. Let's try to talk to her. You stop the woman with a gesture. She looks up at you with some surprise. You seem distraught. She looks at you, her narrow eyes wide. Oh, stranger, she moans. You have no idea. The money lenders have not been generous, you suggest. The woman laughs. When are they ever generous? But today they have been cruel. She wipes her eyes with a ragged cuff. But no matter. I should not have expected any different. But what of you, stranger? You do not look like a Korean to me. I am a traveler, you say. Is that so? She replies. Then maybe, she wipes a tear from her eyes. Maybe you'll need a guide. I guess that would be useful. He smiles. The first true smile you have seen on her face. Very good, stranger. I will be happy to help you if I can, for a fee. Where do you want to go? I need to find a scholar, you reply. She nods. I do not know him, but I know where he lives. I can take you there. She nods, clearly pleased. And how much do you charge? He seizes you up for a moment. 4 gold pieces. That's too much, you reply. She shrugs. Then I'll find work elsewhere. She waits for your decision. I'm not gonna pay that. You shake your head. No. I will find my own way. Very well. May you stand in the first portal trap you see, wrapping her cloak tightly around herself. He steps to one side and hurries off down the street. You watch her go with sympathy. Alright. The alley gets wider, and passing a long building to the left, which seems to be full of children. On the step, a lanky man sits with his eyes firmly closed. Look at him. You pause to look him over. He is a tall, well-dressed, but not wealthy-looking. He is pale and thin. Greet him. You go over to the man and greet him. He does not look up at you. What is this building? You ask. The man does not look at you. His eyes remain closed. He asleep? Do you play with no stones? You ask. The figure nods, slowly. From his pocket he produces a set of dice. What's the stake? The creature shakes his head. And not just 2 words. Your life. And what do I get if I win? your life? The creature replies, play your forfeit. Let's play. I'm not afraid of you, you tell him. The thin creature counts out 4 dice each and waves you at you to bid. Oh, this is interesting. Let's go with 2 3s. It's an orphanage for those whose parents are killed, lost, go mad, or are murdered. 2 4s? How about 3 4? This city port does not provide for its own. Others must take up the burden. Let's call. Oh, there were 4. Okay. Alright, we can do this, I believe. I played another creature earlier today. He lost. The stake in the game was at yours. Is what was as your stake is. He didn't have one. Fuck. Let's start with 1 4. I am not given to joking. Fuck. He has 2 4s, doesn't he? Fuck. I should have. No! This is bad. 2 4s. Oh no. Fuck. That's the game, the thing creature says. You lose. The creature nods slowly. I'll give you another chance, he declares. Will you play again? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. What do you mean? We haven't played at all. What's the stake? Your life. You're on. What do I get if I win? Okay, let's play. Let's try again. Let's start with 2 4s. It is an orphanage for those whose parents are killed, lost, go mad, or... I don't think you have 4... What? Bro is cooking. Elements are not proficient at swindle stones. Three fours. Please. No. Fuck. He's too good at this. Three ones? No way, bro. Okay, good. We got 1 round of him. Woo! 2? How about 2 4s? Nah, bro. You ain't got 3 of those. Alright, let's try again. We're even now, so... Let's start with a 4. 2 4s? Sure. Aw, fuck. Oh, shucks. 1 3. 2 3s. No, bro. Oh my god, we're gonna have 1 to 1. I just need to roll a good number. Come on, bro. 1 3. I don't think he has. What? No, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no fucking way. Fuck off. Let's look at him, greet him. What's this building? You play? What's the stake? And what if I get if I win? Alright, let's play. This fucking bitch. We have to win against him now. Okay, let's start strong. Let's start with like 3 3s. Hell yeah. Get owned, bro. Two 1s. 3 1s. Ah, shit. There's a 2 3s. Let's go with 2 3s. 3 2s? No way, bro. What? Oh my god, this dude! How does he know? How does he know? 1 3. 1 4. 2 4s? Fuck. This is bad. Fuck! This guy is too good! Oh no. Fuck. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy, bro. Oh my god. I can't win. I can't believe this. Alright. This fucking guy tried to win once more. 2 2s. 2 4s. 3 2s. 3 4s. Nah. That's right. 3s are looking nice. 1 4. 2 1s. I want to see what he does. 2 4s. Go for 3 3s. Okay. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Let's start with 2 force. 3 force? No. What? You bitch. No way. 2, 1. Okay, how about 3 of those? Hmm? 4? Nah. Okay. Okay, he only has 1 now. So surely we get this. Let's say 1 4. 2 2s. 2 3s. This was bad from me. I shouldn't have done that. I need to get his ass. Okay, how about 2 of those? 3? No. That's just not possible. Oh, there we go. Finally. Creature takes back its dice. A good win, he declares. From his pocket he produces 3 gold pieces and a cloth skull cap. Oh! I took these from the last creature I beat, he says. That makes them yours. Gratefully you take his gift. Will you play again? He asked. For the same stake? Okay, I shouldn't have done this, but it's too late now. I'm addicted. Oh no. You know what? Let's go with like 1 4. How about 3? Alright. Nice. Early lead. Oh my god, we get so good rolls now. Oh my god, we're doing so well. Why didn't this happen the first time? Let's go with 2 4s. 3 4s? I can believe that. But I'll call it. Fuck. One. 2. 3? No, I don't think he has 2. He did! Oh my god. This fucker. This fucking guy. I swear. I'll open with the 2 1s. 2 4s? Ugh, you fucking bitch. 3 4s. Oh no. Oh no. One 4. I'm so screwed. I should have said 2. 4s. Ah. I need to go back. Or do I? I'll do it. Fucking, I shouldn't have done that. I knew I shouldn't have, and I did it anyway because I'm stupid. Fucking ass. Okay. Play. Now I have to do it again. Oh well. Let's start with like 2 2s. Two 4s. 5 3s? Oh, hello. Something important? Huh? Oh my god, he had a lot of 3s. Jesus. Oh, that's so sweet. Same to you. Oh my god, he said 2 4s? I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna claim that there's 4 4s. Oh, he says 5. Oh shit. There could be 5. Oh no. I can't say 6. I have to call it. Ah, there were 5. Shit. Oh no. Okay, you know what? Let's try to throw him for a loop. Let's say 2 3s. 2 4s? How about 4 4s? Hmm? Yes. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. We have a lead. That's good. 1 2. How about 2 3s? 3 3s? Nah, bro. I don't believe that. Yes. Okay, he only has 1 die. We should get this. Okay, let's start with what should we start with? Let's start with 1 1. I think he has a 2. I'm gonna say 2 4s. Yes. Yes, we have 1. The creature takes back its dice. A good win, he declares. From his pocket, he produces 3 gold pieces and a cloth skull cap, which is good for us. I took these from the last creature I beat, he says. That makes them yours. Gratefully, you take his gifts. Will you play again? He asks. No, I'm good. You shake your head. No, I have beaten you, reply. I will not risk my life again. Very wise, the creature agrees. You move away down the street. Phew! Escape with our life is still intact. You follow the road between large houses until it enters a wide square. Odd-looking creatures mill about, going about their business. Several are clustered in a crowd around a monument of some kind. On the other side of the square, the main road continues on through a low arch. 1,000 other alleyways lead off in all directions into Upper Kari. Let's look at the creatures. Creatures push and knock into you as they make their way across the plaza, despite there being plenty of space. None of them seem to be looking where they are going. There is something strange about them in general. Their bodies are spindly, their faces long with downturned mouths. In fact, their eyes all seem to be closed. Look through the arch. The arch at the far end of the square is thronged with more creatures, not all the same as those in the square. There seems to be a bustling hub beyond a market district, perhaps. A peddler with a tray around his neck walks past you in the square. Anklewort Blimberry, poultice of millweed. Huh? I mean, we can talk to him, I guess. You cross the square. You stop the herbalist. Good day, he greets you. Can I interest you in a poultice? A slave? What are you selling? Ah, let me show you. He rubs his hands together. A salve, not a slave. I think it was because someone was selling slaves earlier, so I just assumed. Ah, let me show you. He rubs his hands together. For instance, this. He digs around on his tray. A mustic ointment made from pure mustic? What does it do? Mustic is a powerful hypnotic, he replies. It can make you believe almost anything. He holds it out for you to smell. I'm not gonna smell that. You lean away, careful not to inhale from the salve. He smiles and takes a deep breath himself, sighing happily. How much does it cost? You ask suspiciously. A pot of this size, it holds up a container no larger than your thumb. 4 gold pieces. It's very valuable. He smiles and takes a deep breath himself, sighing happily. We could just ask him to give it to me. Give it to me, you tell him. It's mine. The man nods. His pupils dilated wide. Of course it is, he agrees. My apologies. The herbalist hands over the pot of ointment, wafting it close to your nose. You notice a delicate fragrance as you place it in your pack. Now, says the herbalist, I'd like you to give me all of your money. No? Of course, you reply. No! The herbalist smiles and holds out his hand. What's going on? You hand over 7 gold pieces as he asks. Excellent, excellent, the herbalist smiles, then tips his head to you. Have a good day. Pausing only to retrieve his mustic from you, he walks away across the square. A man pushes a wheeled cart of fruit and sets up a stall. Your headache begins to clear. This fucking bitch. He did the thing to me that I did to him. Look in the alleyways. You walk to the center of the square and turn about, peering into the narrow alleyways that lead off in every direction. To the northwest, they wind between residential buildings, stacked precariously on top of one another. To the south, the alleys seem dark and rubble-strewn, and there are few rooftops in that direction. The creature in the square mill about, talking in hushed tones to each other. That fucking bitch. You pack of empty provision, perhaps you can restock. But I have no money. You walk over to the fruit seller. Morning, he declares, morsely. His eyes, like everyone else's, are closed. I'd say it was a beautiful day, but it isn't. Would you like to buy something? He waves a hand across an eclectic tray of fruit, all of it rotten except for one glistening bomba fruit. Look at the bomba. How much for the bomba, you ask? 4 gold pieces, the mentor replies. They're good for you, you know. You check your purse, but you don't have enough. Let's talk to him. So, you begin. Can you tell me a little about this part of Kari? The fruit vendor shrugs. Of course I can. There is where no one buys any fruit, that's why it all goes rotten. Then he goes quiet, not wanting to talk anymore. Pick through the fruit? Pick through the fruit, eventually find an apple which is not too disgusting. 2 gold pieces, the fruit vendor says. You'll say it's too much, of course, and you'd be right, but I can't charge you less. It's too much, you tell him. I don't have enough. Gambling halls are the way, the fruit seller replies, jerking a thumb towards the archway. Though you won't do any good, of course, since you need money to make money there. You turn and head away from the stall, back into the center of the square. Man. You return to the middle of the square. From around the monument you hear a sudden gasp. Something has happened. I'm gonna leave the square, man. You look around the various exits from the square. I need to find this fucking house. Where is it? I don't know. Let's go in the alley. Here's a random alleyway on the right-hand side of the square and slip into the shadow between the tall buildings. The houses either side are well built and well defended. There are iron railings on the windows, and some even have arrow slits and portcullis. One householder has dug a moat across his front door. Outside one building, a tall man stands with a grappling hook. Watch him? You hang back and watch as he swings his grappling hook twice, aiming for one of the windows on the floor above. The hook misses and clatters to the street below, and the man curses before gathering up the rope for another try. Let's talk to him. You cautiously approach the man as he swings his hook once more. Greetings, you begin with a respectful nod. The man turns to you. Stranger, he says. I'm in a terrible fix. The man gathers the rope for another swing. He is clearly tiring. What is the problem? You ask. I've been locked out, he answers. This is my home, and I've lost my key. But I've got a terrible throw, as you can probably see. The man throws again and misses again. Where did you get the grappling hook? You ask, still suspicious. Would you believe it? I found it, he replies with a sigh, near an old well in the wasteland. I was wandering about there, feeling sorry for myself when I chanced across it. I need directions, you say. Perhaps you can help me. Directions? Why, well, the man looks irritated, but not unhelpful. Certainly. Where do you need to go? This is not where I need to go. I want to go to that house. Hold up. I want to go to the noble. The scholar's house. Can't ask for that. The North Gate. Is that a fact? The man looks at you thoughtfully. Well, that's a new one to me. Did someone tell you there was treasure buried there? No. Well, you must have heard something, he replies. There isn't any reason to go. I'm going to the Backlands. The man shakes his head. In that case, it was nice talking to you, and I wish you all the luck you will soon need. The man gives up. He winds up the rope and rope around his shoulder, then cups his hand to his mouth. Esme, will you just open the door and let me in? For a moment, nothing happens. Then a bucket of slop is thrown out over the man. He stands, dripping in muck. Oh, who's Esme? You ask, from a safe distance away. I married an elven, he explains sadly. Lovely eyes, but you really can't trust them. He stalks away up the alley. Time for you to move on. Is this the house? I don't get it. Oh, what? The street is falling into disrepair around you. Something has blighted this region of the city. Even the trees in the gardens behind the mansion have turned black where they stand. The only greenery is the moss on the stone walls. There are no rats scurrying underfoot, and only spiders roost in the rooftops. You pass a particularly grand house, its doors locked with a heavy iron chain. Look at the house. There's a metal S bolted beneath one gable. Perhaps it is an owner's mark, perhaps it is there to stop the wall falling out onto the street. There is a ringing noise from down the alley. A hooded creature with a bell around his neck is approaching in shuffled step. Look at the creature. A long black robe conceals what manner of creature it is, but it walks slowly as though in great pain. Around its neck is a bell, ringing with every heavy step. Huh? Let's cast a spell here. Whoop. The dope? We could use dope to open the door. Wolf? Olg? Let's see here. Dock? Heal disease? Can't do that. Jig. He can dance, but I don't have a bamboo flute. Mag? Sap? Cause depression? Okay. Do I have like, no. There's one spell I'm thinking of, the like mind reading one, but I don't know what it's called. No. We could do sus or sa? No. Sus. You cast a spell, and a calm voice enters your mind, tells you that the house before you is empty of anything important, even of ghosts, but that the creature approaching is quite deadly. Then the voice fades away. Now that the creature is close, you can hear its sighing, painful breath. I think I should get out of here. Let's hurry onwards. You ignore the shuffling creatures and leave the empty house behind. A narrow alley opens up to your left, slipping between the buildings. I mean, I guess we could go through the alley. But, I wonder if I end it here, will the game be saved? I'm not actually sure, but I think I'm feeling quite done for today, and I have like some things I need to do before going to sleep. So I think I'm actually going to end here for today. I thought we would get through this book as well, but I guess this one is a big one. But yeah, man, this place is whack, but it's really fun. So with that said, I hope you've had a wonderful morning, day, evening, or night, and I'll be posting my like Halloween schedule or whatever for next week on Sunday. So bye, I'll see you then.